First, a person that's flip-flopping to me genuinely is Joe Rogan.
That's funny because I don't see him as a flip-flopper.
There's
nothing that he's done that I think...
You're using the wrong word. Joe Rogan was in one point a Democrat.
I think he still is.
Now, to me, he seems like he's dead smack in the middle. And leaning to the right.
I don't think so. I think that's the parties that are moving. He's in the same position.
You keep saying the party. I'm only talking about an individual.
And I know. The whole world around him is shifting. He's standing still. Like, why is everybody going
I know you love that narrative, but I need you to stop thinking for a second. Joe Rogan and Charlamagne the God, who seems more genuine if they're changing their opinion? Joe Rogan, in my opinion. Charlamagne the God is just, he's this.
Yeah.
Joe Rogan, to me,
doesn't care about the money.
Doesn't care. Like, he didn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's making money. He got other avenues to go. You know what I mean? So
not only that, he doesn't need any more money. He's done.
What?
He has $400 million from these deals. He's
the
done.
last deal the re-signing of Spotify was $200 million alone.
Yeah.
How much he's getting for UFC? You think UFC is gonna drop him?
No way. They'd be crazy. After Donald Trump was like, hey, you know what I'm saying? That's it. We're in for the next 4 years minimum. We're in.
Right, so it seems more genuine coming from him because, again, from my looking in, whatever, it seems to me like he doesn't have anything to lose. Where Charlamagne,
yeah, but also he has different avenues of money too that he doesn't have to worry about anymore.
Yeah, but he doesn't have that.
He has the Breakfast Club, the books. He has a podcast.
Yeah, he doesn't have Joe Rogan money.
Maybe not, but he's still Charlamagne.
He doesn't have Joe Rogan money. He doesn't have Joe Rogan influence. In my opinion,
well, I don't know. He has very big influence in the community.
And the other reason why I believe
they have influence in different communities.
Sure, but the only reason why I believe what I believe is because Joe Rogan, he's.
So wait, what position that Joe Rogan do you think that went right?
That went right?
Yeah.
His whole.
No, but just give me one thing. Don't give me the whole thing.
His whole person, my guy.
Give me one thing.
I can't. Everything. Thing. His whole perspective on things. He's
non-party affiliated. That's why he does that.
He's even said it himself that they had me.
But what did he change?
They had me.
Because there's not one position I could think of his that has changed over the past.
He said it.
10 years.
They had me.
Over the past 10 years, I can't think of anything that changed his position.
His position, it's not just his position, it's the way he's been treated by his own side. Yeah, they had me. They muted me.
Yeah, but everybody that's staying still, watching everybody move around, said the same thing. They're like, "Why are they picking on me for? I thought we were friends here. Yeah. What are you guys doing?"
I think that he moved over. I think
that's okay, bro.
Bro, they muted him. They muted the number one podcast.
Who muted who?
Google, the whole media.
Yeah, but they did that just. Google has its own reasons why they mute people.
We're only talking about Joe Rogan. Yeah, stay right
I know, but he has to do with Spotify. He's done. He doesn't have to worry about nobody.
When he did the episode with Trump, they muted him. In his conversation of it, he's like, they muted me. Yeah. Like, and he
look at you. You just had one of former presidential candidate. By the time of the next election, everyone's going to be doing podcasts. There's no getting away from it.
Well, what's interesting is something happened. I'm sure it was a mistake at YouTube where you couldn't search for it. I'm sure it was a mistake.
It has to be a mistake,
no way that was
Joe.
on purpose. And so if you Googled Rogan Trump...
They got to Joe. He's apologizing.
You could only get clips. You couldn't watch the whole episode. You couldn't find it.
Yeah.
And so we reached out to them a couple of times, and they fixed it, to their credit. So now you can find it.
Oh, good.
But so in the meantime, Elon was furious. And so Elon contacted Daniel Ek at Spotify, and they put it on X as well. So now it's on X. So now it has way more views. Because I think on Elon's alone, what is it on Elon's alone? Because Elon posted it and I posted it. And this morning, I posted it last night. I woke up, it was like 6.5 million views on mine and 8+ million on his. So you can't suppress shit. It doesn't work. This is the internet. This is 2024. People are going to realize what you're doing. Mm-hmm. If you try to make it so that something can't come up in a search engine because it's too popular. First of all, if that's not trending, you tell me what the fuck is.
Whoa.
Okay, so what's it at now? 8.6 million on mine, and what's it on Elon's? Because he has a lot more people on his than me. So that's just from last night. But you can't fucking suppress shit anymore. Like when you're saying that's why is that not in the trending? You have a trending thing. What's your trending thing really then? If one show has 36 million downloads in 2 days, like that's not trending. Like what's trending for you, Mr. Beast? Like I know he gets a little more than that, but
12 million for Elon.
So he's at 12. So it's
20 million total.
It hit 20 million in a day just on X, and that's just us. There's a ton of clips. There's a ton of other accounts that have done it illegally, where they've taken the full episode, and uploaded it. Right. So who knows how many views those have?
So Joe, can I just check? Why do you say you're certain it was just a mistake?
It's just a mistake. I'm being sarcastic.
I didn't get that.
Oh,
now it was my turn to miss the sarcasm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like there's no way it was a mistake. That's too convenient. But it could have been like some rogue engineer. You know, there's a lot of people that are working behind the scenes. There's a lot
you
of
think they
switches
suppressed? That is so dumb, though.
But there's a video. You could watch the video of people searching for it. You
I
could
did
find it.
It wasn't showing up.
You
for
couldn't
me.
find it.
No.
I couldn't find it. And then it got to the point where you only had to write. You had to write Joe Rogan. They fixed it a little, where you write Joe Rogan Trump interview, and then it would come up. But if you just wrote Rogan Trump, only you get the clips.
It almost rubs off like he's being conceited.
Yeah, but you literally just said he doesn't matter to him. The money doesn't matter. So why does he care about what Google's doing? He's on Spotify. They broadcast worldwide.
Because it's
what does that matter to
part of that team.
That's the reason why he went to Spotify.
That's the Democratic team.
He's like, I'm sick of them defunding whatever.
But that's
videos.
part of the team. Google.
What's part of the team?
Google.
Okay, but what does that have to do with, again, you're saying that he shifted maybe a little bit to the right.
He did. He absolutely
How does that shift anybody anywhere?
Because he was shitted on.
He's like, damn, this company. Yeah, but you think that he's viewing Google
that it's
like
just
a Democrat.
Google. He was shitted by his whole company, his whole narrative. He wanted to have a conversation with his team, his mascot, his candidate, and was rejected. What do you do? It's bullshit. He's calling it out.
But he was rejected this time. Last time he got the people on.
Yeah. We're talking about this time. We're talking about him shifting.
What I'm saying, you're saying he's
you're asking me how, and I told you how.
I don't see any of his ideas, thoughts, anything. I've never heard anything the past 10 years that shifted anywhere. He's literally been saying the same thing for 10 years about politics. Literally,
he's leaning more Republican. To me,
that doesn't. You can't point to anything out.
I did. He was shitted on by his own people,
that's
his own
not,
party.
Just because somebody shits on you doesn't mean that you're changing positions. It just means I got shitted on. Damn, I got to take a shower.
No, that's not how. That's how you think. That's how you think he thinks. That's how I think. It just
no. The reason why I say that is because I haven't heard him say or change any positions. If he's shitting on him, like, all right, you know what? Screw those guys. I'm doing this now. I get it. He said it.
I'm saying that
not even his conversations about things have changed.
Yeah, what I'm saying is that he's changed, and he's changed because of the way he's being treated by that side. And I don't think.
But you're saying he's changed, but what changed? Got to give me something, bro.
I got you.
He's pro transgender.
I gave you.
Right? He's pro drugs.
You could be any of those on both sides. We know that now.
Now we know that?
Of course we know.
How do we know that now?
How many times have you heard Republicans say they're for pro-choice, but I'm Republican?
That's because
I'm gay, but I'm Republican.
That's because the United States as a whole is shifting to the left.
That's because listen, we got to stop the shifting thing. People are gonna pick their side.
So you're telling me that the entirety of the country has changed their minds?
I'm saying
over the past 5 years.
I think that a lot of people have changed their mind, and it's in the polls.
So how is it that the entire country's changed their mind, but nobody's shifting? Everybody's like, they're just changing their minds.
There's only two parties.
Yeah, and they're shifting towards the Democrats.
Yeah.
The Democrats' idea of transgender, the Republicans are looking like, you know what, that's okay. They were anti-gay for years. Even the Democrats were anti-gay.
Yeah.
Right? And all of a sudden now, even a lot of Republicans.
Joe Rogan, in my opinion, is shifting. That's all I'm saying.
And Joe Rogan has been pro-gay forever. Right? I can't think of any position that he's like, oh, I changed this thought.
I'm saying that he's changed.
The only thing I could say that is the moon landing.
He's changed.
That he changed his mind because he's like, you know what, we probably did go to the moon. That's the only thing I could think that he changed his mind over the past 10 years.
I'm saying that he's changed his party because of
I don't think he changed his party. I think he's a Democrat.
I think he's leaving that. And I don't think he's the only one. I think Charlemagne is doing it. But the difference between Charlemagne and Rogan is that Rogan got fuck you money. Charlemagne doesn't have fuck you money.
Yeah, but I don't think. Again, I haven't heard him say anything different than he's been saying for the past 10 years. I've been listening to his podcast for a minimum of 10 years.
Yeah, he can still believe all those things, but
what? But something. But the way you hear it sounds different.
His persona, the way he's coming out, it sounds like he's like, you know what?
But what does he say?
I'd rather take all these things I believe in join this party.
But what has he said though? Has he said anything that maybe that was like, oh shit, it's different? He's definitely shifting.
It's what he said. I
what
was
did he
muted.
say?
I was muted by my own party.
Yeah, but what does that mean?
It means that
it means they did something, not that I did something
to me.
Yeah, but again,
I'm their guy.
Okay, they did it to me, but I didn't do it.
But I'm their guy. So
okay, even I'm still their guy. I can't believe they would do that.
I don't think. You see, that's where you're wrong. I think.
Yeah, but you're saying they did something and he changed. What I'm saying is, what did he change?
No,
just because
all I'm saying is that they did something and he's like, you know what, fuck them.
Because I could tell you why he supported Trump. I could tell you why he endorsed them.
Why?
Because when he had Elon Musk on the show, Joe Rogan was questioning Elon. Okay, what about, or better said, Elon was showing Joe Rogan, they're saying this about Trump and that was a lie and I'm going to prove it to you now. And Joe Rogan was like, wow, the media is lying about everything. He's like, they're definitely after him.
And then you add the fact that they shitted on him. Come on.
No, but you're saying they shitted on him. You're saying that affected him. He didn't say that.
He did.
He said they shitted on him, but he didn't say that affected him.
They muted me, he said.
Again, you're saying that affected. How do you know how he feels?
He said that.
I know he said that.
And how does he feel about that? Based on what he said.
We don't know.
He said it.
Show me.
They muted me.
Let's go. Show me the clip. Run the clip.
Most popular podcast in the world.
But does that mean, they muted me, so I decided to go Republican?
No, but what it means is that he's seen the writing in the wall.
But they've been doing this for 10 years. They've been doing this
to him.
10 years they've been doing the same thing to him. They've been muting him for 10 years. Think about when he had Alex Jones on the show. They crapped all over him for that. He don't care.
Crap is different from muting.
You just said they shitted on him, and I'm just using the same terminology.
I know, but there's a difference between crapping and muting.
You think they let Alex Jones episode air? Even Spotify took it off.
Obviously they did.
And they're paying him. He's with them, and they took it off.
It got out.
Yeah, it got out when they first put it out.
The only reason
and then
why
they got complaints because Alex Jones is crazy.
Allegedly, the only reason why this Trump interview got out was because of X. Because they couldn't mute X.
So Spotify was like, we'll leave it here. But the Alex Jones one, it got out. Everybody
right now, Spotify is like, this is money regardless, baby. Yeah. Well, so forget about Spotify. But
Alex Jones' show was the most listened to podcast in history up to that point. Why would they take that off?
All up because of the whole lawsuits, the walling out. There was a liability at that point. For Rogan, Spotify's like, yo, say whatever you want. We're making bread right now. Yeah. And the fact that it came to light that he was muted by all the major platforms, Google being the biggest one.
Yeah, but none of that's new news. That's old news. All that's old news.
It's not, because he wasn't muted like that before.
Bro, he's been muted for... Why do you think he went to Spotify? You think he went to Spotify for the money? Because he says
the restrictions with Google.
That's right. Okay, so they've been doing that. How long has he been on Spotify for?
Yeah, but it was different this time around.
He's on Spotify for 8 years, probably.
It was clearly different at this time, and he recognizes the difference.
What they did to him 8 years ago made him so frustrated that he decided to switch platforms. Yeah. But what they did recently here is worse than that.
Oh, you don't think so?
No, of course not. He's the most popular podcaster in the world. Why does he even care who's muting him? It doesn't matter to him.
Then why mention it?
He could put it out on his website. He don't care.
Well, why mention it?
Because he's a podcaster and he has to make conversation.
But relevance, right? It's relevance.
Yeah.
It has to do with him.
Yeah. But I don't think he cares enough to be like, I decided to switch parties because of that.
I never said that he's switching parties.
Even switch thoughts. It won't even be enough. Even us right here, how popular our podcast is. If Google muted me, you think that's going to be enough for me to change my position on anything?
Nah. It's a different when he's in that realm. He's on another epsilon of
yeah, but what I'm saying is he doesn't even care. And it's not
just the fact that he was muted. Yeah, he does, because why mention it? Again,
because it's a conference. He's having a podcast.
No, because he mentions it because he sees, in my opinion, he's seeing just how much of a lie that. And listen, the Republicans, if they had the opportunity, they would do the same thing. I'm not saying that at all. Right now, the ball was in the Democrats' court, and he took advantage of it. And he's calling it for what it is. If it wasn't for his boy Elon with his platform of free speech and the open platform, his numbers wouldn't have been there for that interview, which is crazy, because who doesn't want to hear this freaking guy on Joe Rogan?
Who? Trump. Yeah, of course. We've been asking for this since 2016.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We've been asking this. So when he says that, it's like they muted me on this thing, this one thing.
And Joe Rogan said multiple times, I don't even want him on my podcast. Multiple times he said, I don't want him on my podcast. I don't care. I don't want him on. He said that recently.
The person.
Yeah, Trump.
Yeah. Yeah.
He said that like within the last year. He said that I don't want him on my podcast.
Yeah.
I don't want to deal with that. I think he saw opportunity. He's like, all right, screw it. You willing to come? Screw it. Let's do it.